What's up, everybody? The All-Mikey One, Mikey himself here, and this is the first ever video for Breaking Down the Rings next day.
Break the ring down.
Woo! You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. You just made the list.
This right here is a family.
So, first things first, man, I just want to let you guys know what next day is. It's the day after any of these shows. Look, we do one show a week on Sundays, right? And for the most part, we can't get to things like Raw. We'll forget things like Power, Impact. But we can't talk about everything because there's so much to talk about. So all this really is the day after one of these shows, Raw, NWA's Power, Impact on Access, AEW Dynamite, NXT, and SmackDown. We just do a video on our YouTube page for the next day discussing what we thought about it. But it's just one person. You get one side of the ring, one side from one of the people of the ring crew. And it's all unscripted. There's no scripts, no nothing. We just talk about it the way we feel about it. And we'll give a rating from 1 to 10. 0 to 10 if we think it sucked. 0 for sure. But it's going to be really tough to get a 0 unless there's some people who just hate things. You know, we're not those people. So let's just start off with how Raw kicked off. And it kicked off with a town hall where Seth Rollins was talking with everybody around the ring that was involved in the Survivor Series and how disappointed he was. Well, not everyone, because Becky Lynch wasn't there. Just saying. He went in to say they all sucked on it, so on and so forth. He ripped into Ray, said, I beat Brock Lesnar 2 times this year to bring the title back to Raw, and you couldn't do it with the help of your stupid kid. Seth Rollins was pure heel promo here mode, and it was really good. It's something that you've wanted out of Seth Rollins for a little bit because he's been becoming bland and stale. And then I like how this continued and going throughout the show because the only person who stayed in the ring to be belittled even further was Kevin Owens. Then Owens hit a stunner. And then later, Seth was interviewed and he said, Kevin, I'm going to fight you tonight. And then Owens cut a promo saying, I accept, and so on and so forth. And that first stunner is not the only one that you're getting. And it went all the way through the show. And then the main event was the culmination of this. So one very good storytelling by WWE from top to bottom. It didn't just make it seem like something was happening and then all of a sudden you forgot about it. It was good. The ending was Kevin Owens won by disqualification because he was attacked by AOP, who were someone that Seth Rollins belittled. So you weren't even at Survivor Series. Get away from this side of the ring right now. You don't need to be here now. So they come out, they attack Kevin Owens. They look like they're going to attack either of them. But Kevin Owens attacks first. So then the AOP respond and beat him up. Then they look like they're about to attack Seth. And then they take off their suit jackets and everything. And they throw them. And then they don't. And they walk away. Well, then Seth goes and hits a couple curb stomps on Kevin Owens. Even though he's already down. Very heel-like. Even though it's not, maybe he's not a heel. They're still teasing everything, right? But you can basically see we're about to get heel Seth Rollins again. Possibly. Because WWE does have a way of just trying to make you forget things happen. Another highlight of the show was Rey Mysterio winning the WWE's United States Championship off of AJ Styles, of course, with a little bit of help. I loved the match. I thought the match was great. I thought the way they got to the match was also really good. Because the bottom line is, man, Humberto Carrillo was attacked by the OC. And when he was attacked by the OC, that means that he couldn't face them. So Ricochet came out to help him, and he says, you should fight me for the United States title. And then Randy Orton comes out, and he says, you should fight me for the United States title. And then Rey Mysterio comes out and says, you should fight me for the United States title. And, AJ's, putting everyone off, saying, I've beaten you all, blah, blah, blah. And then Drew McIntyre comes out and says, you should fight me for the United States title because you've never beaten me. And AJ was like, no, I don't want to. So then Ricochet said, let's have a 4-way, and the person who wins this gets to fight AJ Styles for the United States title. And AJ's like, nah, I'm not doing that. No way. It's not going to happen. And then the OC are like, oh, that's actually a really good idea. This is a moment I wish that there was an authority figure on Raw. And it's an authority figure like William Regal in NXT. I don't want a biased authority figure where people are fighting with them all the time. I would like someone who's able to step in and say, you know what, you guys are going crazy out here. We'll make it a fatal 4-way, and the winner fights AJ Styles, right? And that's it. Like, Regal came in, War Games, like, he makes matches, and that's it. He doesn't get involved in shit. It's a very unbiased, 100%, just an authority figure, so it doesn't look like this scene just seemed weird because it's like, oh, the wrestlers are going to decide, the inmates are running the camp. To me, that wasn't something that was I was a fan of. I wish there was an authority figure that nobody fights with, nobody spars with, that was just there to help along segments like that. But all in all, it turned out to be something really good. Other things that were really cool is you got to see Matt Hardy back on Raw, on television. You haven't seen him in a while, and that was cool. Taking on Buddy Murphy in a good match. Aleister Black coming in for the fight afterwards, saying, you knocked on my door, I'm going to answer, so on and so forth. And there was also the women, Asuka versus Charlotte Flair, where Asuka, hit her with the mist again. And again, man, little things like covering up the face so the ref can't see when they're doing the count. That's spectacular to me. I love it. It's little things like that where I have a real appreciation for the talents that are involved in everything. AOP did have a match on there as well. They beat up Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. So it's the first time we've seen them on TV in a little bit. Wish they still had the tactical vests. I wish if they still had the tactical vests, I think it'd be cooler. They just looked more menacing, like they were ready to go to fucking war and stuff. Finally, the last thing I want to talk about is the payoff so far for Rusev, Lana, and Bobby Lashley's storyline. Look, so many fucking people hate this storyline, right? So many people are like, oh, get it, fuck over with. We're fucking sick of it. We don't want it anymore. That payoff was really good, though. There wasn't a single person that was not like, fuck yeah, Rusev, get his ass. He was kicking his ass. Rusev flipped. Rusev went nuts. So everyone, sometimes WWE has the ability to turn something that you completely hate into something you completely love. And if Rusev comes like this, he's yelling, I'm back. If Rusev has come back like a fucking brute like that, but face-wise and stuff, I'm totally down with this. And as dumb as I felt that storyline was, I think this payoff to what hopefully leads to something big, more than likely a match between Bobby Lashley and Rusev at TLC, culminates and gives both of these guys getting great TV time, getting great on-air time, and people are kind of invested now. No matter how dumb you thought it was, that moment last night on Raw kind of threw you back into it. So shout out to WWE. What would I rate this Raw? I mean, it was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't the best Raw I've ever seen. I'd have to give it a 6.5, 7 out of 10. There really wasn't much that was bad. The Eric Rowan thing was kind of, Andrade versus Akira Tozawa was also a really good match. It just, top to bottom, it was decent. It was good. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't like, oh, I don't ever want to watch Raw again after this. It's such a chore to watch. No, I'd give it like a 6.5, 7. We'll go 7 out of 10. So yeah, it wasn't the best fucking Raw. It wasn't the worst Raw. It definitely wasn't even a mediocre Raw. It was good. It was a good episode of Raw, and I'm really happy for it. Hopefully you guys like the new Next Day series that we got going on. Go to breakingdownthering.com. You guys can get your own merch. We do our own show live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 1 p.m., 2-hour show every Sunday. You guys, check us out. Follow us on all of our social media at BDRcast, Breaking Down the Ring right here on YouTube. Make sure you guys click subscribe, click the bell to get notified. You guys want to be involved in this, leave a comment. Let us know how you thought Raw was, man. Am I okay with all this? Is it cool? Did you like my opinions on it? Did you think something different? Let me know in the comments. Talk to you guys later. We'll have another video up for NWA Power and Impact tomorrow.